to Shining, Shimmering, Splendid, where I review Walt Disney World rides and attractions. Today I'm going to be reviewing my very first parade, the Main Street Electrical Parade. Now, this review is also my first in an October series that I'm going to be doing called Departed Disney, where I review attractions that no longer appear in Disney World. Now, this one doesn't quite technically fit because it's going to be leaving Disney World on October 9th, 2016 and heading over to Disneyland. But I figure since it's 2 days away from October, it's okay that this review is also early. So, Main Street Electrical Parade, or Disney's Electrical Parade, has been appearing off and on at both Disney World and Disneyland since 1977. It most recently came to Disney World in 2010 and has been running ever since. The parade features light-up floats of classic Disney films such as Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan, Snow White, and Cinderella. For a parade that's been running for almost 40 years now, it's still really holding its own. The sets are beautifully lit, and the characters' costumes translated into light form are stunning. My personal favorite is Snow White. You really get to get a good look at her costume because she's one of the only princesses that actually walks the parade instead of riding on a float. And certain characters like Alice from Alice in Wonderland or Pete from Pete's Dragon actually have mics so they can talk to you and you can hear what they're saying. Of course, who wants to hear what Pete has to say anyway? The con of this being an almost 40-year-old parade is that some of the floats are really no longer relevant. Before the release of the remake of Pete's Dragon, most of the kids had no idea who this kid sitting on top of a dragon was. Seriously, when I saw this parade in 2010, a kid literally went, "Who's that?" And the last float in the parade is a To Honor America float, which was created to celebrate the bicentennial. It's not a bad float, it just doesn't make sense with the rest of the parade, and for it to be the final float kind of leaves it with a lackluster note. Unless you're there on the 4th of July like we were, then suddenly it's the best float ever. And because this parade is so old, you don't get to see a lot of the newer Disney films in a light-up translation. I personally would love to see what they do with Rapunzel's hair or with Ray the Lightning Bug. And the biggest con of all, that darn song is going to be stuck in your head for the rest of your vacation. My overall opinion is that this is a perfectly average parade. Now, I recognize that I'm being a little bit biased because I personally loved the Spectral Magic parade that appeared before this one. And I can't help but compare the two, and Main Street Electrical Parade falls short. But I think that if I was looking at the parade just on its own merits, it's probably a lot better than I give it credit for. I would give this parade 6 out of 10 dancing Revolutionary War ladies. If you manage to catch this parade before it leaves Disney World, I would recommend sitting between the Walt and Mickey statue and the street. So right on the edge of that circle. You'd think that would be a fast pass area, but it's not. It's a great spot. I get it almost every time. Most people don't think to sit there, so there's not a lot of people. If you like my reviews, feel free to like and subscribe. And comment below with your favorite scary Disney ride. Or one of your favorite rides that no longer exists. Maybe I'll review it for Departed Disney. And check back next Thursday for my first Departed Disney.